Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Sipping in the Sip. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Sipping in the Sip. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. What is the feeding back? Okay. Is it going to do it again? Yeah. No. Okay, no, I guess I fixed it. I think. I think therefore I am. How y'all doing tonight, y'all? We finna get into this R. Kelly bullcrap. Instead of real quick like how y'all doing? I've been working like crazy. I don't know. It's hot as hell. But anyway, we can get into this. This is the R. Kelly, Milton Brown, and the Derell McDavid Chicago trial. This is week 2. Day 9 and 10, week 3, day 11 and 12. All that good stuff. Whew. So we're gonna get into this little trial real quick so I can be able to get this verdict out. Okay. Okay, so the Judge Harry, he was asking the prosecution, why is it that they needed so much time with these polygraph testers or administrators, should I say. You know, he really wanted to know, why did they need to do so much on these polygraph administrators just to prove that the tapes were indeed returned to Kells. And the prosecution is like, well, shoot, that's one of the tools they use to obstruct justice. We using it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we using as much ammo as we can so we can get the obstruction of justice charge in there. You know what I'm saying? And as to why you got these other 2 defendants over there, like, we need to bring up this a lot because that's what them 2 is charged with. So I'm just saying, it's very weird. Okay, so then at the also you got the prosecuting. They upset and they bringing up how the gallery, the people in the court are doing too much. They having outbursts, and you know the judge just tell them that if they don't stop, they're gonna end up being excluded, which means you won't be in the court no more. All you gotta do is empty it out, and it is what it is. And won't be nobody in there but the press, and you know the lawyers and the defendants and the witnesses and all that good stuff. That'll be the only people left. And then you had defense, they bringing up how vague Charles Freeman's testimony was. And he was pretty much, the defense was saying that he was vague in his answers pretty much, and she felt like she was asking for specific questions, but his answers were so vague, and it didn't like run, or it pretty much, it didn't create the narrative that she was looking for. She wanted him to probably say this, but instead he only said this and left it at that. And I kind of feel like that was really the defense problem as to why they even brought that up. Now then the prosecution and defense, they end up going back and forth because defense want to exclude several different type of docs that's related to another polygrapher, and whatever they got in their notes and all that stuff like that, they don't want that in there. They don't want what they notes were and all that. So the defense is saying we don't need to include they notes. Or whatever. And so the judge just pretty much was like, okay, they can testify, but they just can't enter no documents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't bring your notes, but they can testify to what may be on the notes, but they just can't actually put the notes in. And now we are able to get the jury to enter into the courtroom, and we are about to get started with these good old-fashioned testimonies. Now, you got the witness for prostitution. It's a polygraph examiner and an attorney. He have been running a polygraph company since 1979. And he also keep very great notes on each poly that he has administered. See, he is one of them people, like, they didn't want him to bring the notes, and they have to understand that it's been so many years since they had to do with this. And yes, I know they looked over these notes, but come on, like, you know, sometimes you just need that one little piece to jog your memory. So if you see it, you will be able to bring it up or whatever. So I'm gonna assume it's that. But these, and I'm sure that these examiners are older now. So I know they probably did really need their notes so that they can keep up. Okay, and so anyway, this particular examiner, he was hired by Kells back in 2008. Back then, the trial lawyer in 2007, which was Ed Jensen, who is now deceased, he had, you know, passed away in 2020, and on his deathbed or in his last moments, however the situation went, he made sure that everybody knew that Kells was guilty as hell. He ended up conducting 5 tests. This examiner, he conducted 5 tests. He did one for Lisa Van Allen, and she told the truth. He gave a test to Keith Merrill, the guy she gave the tapes to. after she had stole it from Kels, and she had sent it to him through postal, like because she didn't want it in her vicinity or around her either as well. And let me see. Um, he was lying, and during his initial test, he lied for 3 out of the 4 of the questions that was asked to him, and the fourth one was inconclusive. So that's really why they're saying he didn't lie. Um, um, okay, so then Lisa Van Allen and Keith Murray, they got tested again, and this time they both told the truth. But Lisa Van Allen was tested a third time, and she had lied. And he also had this examiner also had was saying he was familiar with McDavid as well. So that would mean that McDavid had been with or around him during some of these examinations, which was testified to. But hey, we'll see how it go. Um, now we got cross-examination, and we got McDavid's attorney going first, and the the poly examiner tells he ends up saying that him and Ed Jensen were friends and was under the impression that Ed ended up hiring him to test Lisa and Keith for Kel's upcoming 2008 trial. So that's what he was thinking, that these poly tests was for them to get prepped up for the trial and to see was they lying and was they worthy of getting on the stand or to be on behalf of Kells or anything like that. So I'm assuming that's what this examiner is saying that he did, and he said you got McDavid's lawyer making sure that he established that McDavid was only taking orders from the now past attorney Ed Jensen, to go in some way, somehow, do whatever he had to do to get these tapes back with absolutely um no knowledge of this particular tape or what these tapes was about, or no handlings of the tape. So I don't know. McDavid, for him to been so close with Kels, he was so dumb, don't know nothing. But it's kind of hard for me to believe that he really just don't know nothing. And I don't know. 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 I don't know, but I just know this is really weird. Like, you know nothing about the person whom image you are paid to, protect. And you can't protect someone's image if you don't know what the heck is going on. So that is just kind of weird. Don't understand or how we got to this, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's just really weird on how the color of your skin, you could be able to say anything. You hear me? Okay, now we got the prosecutor's witness, Lisa Van Allen, and she testified against Scales in 2008. She also has received immunity in that trial as well. She met Kels back in 1998 at Kels' video shoot for Home Alone. She was introduced by Kels. She was introduced to Kels by his cousin Blackie. She was 18. He ended up asking her some questions in a trailer, and they ended up having sex as well in that same trailer on that same day. A month later, she had arranged to meet him in the Shy. And all of this was set up through Brown and McDavid. They had something to do with setting up of her coming to the Shy, to meet up with Kels. She was holding down a job, but Kels kept making her, miss her flights and stuff when she was going back and forth or what have you. And she kept trying to explain to him how she was going to end up getting fired. But what ended up happening is he paid her salary. He asked her how much did she make, and he paid her salary. So that was that. So she ended up moving to Chicago. She was living out of a hotel. They had sex a few times a day, and Kels told her to call him daddy. And she ended up saying that Kels had invited her over, ended up inviting over a neighbor who was there for a threesome, who was coming there for a threesome. Yeah, she ended up saying they came there for a threesome. They ended up having like 3 threesomes. Kels directed both of the females on what to do in the videotapes on all 3 of the threesomes. 2 years later, Rashana tells Lisa that Kels is getting her a PT Cruiser for her 16th birthday. But Kels had told Lisa that she was 16 2 years prior when they was having threesomes. So this is when she found out that she had sex with a 14-year-old child. So she ended up having a very kind of negative reaction to the fact of finding out that her real age, and she ended up she wanted no more sex encounters with Rashana from that moment on. And then she recognized her as well on the tape, as the one she had did a threesome with. And it was something about the fact that it was in that log cabin room that was inside of Kels' house where this tape was actually shot. Wherever they shot that tape at, it was a log room. Like, it's not a log room, but in the backdrop, it's like a fireplace, like looking log set up thingy in the back of it. So, but it was important that everybody knew that it was a log room, because apparently there are a couple of tapes and all of them were not in a log room. So it's very important that they had got that out, that it was the log cabin room. She also was saying how she saw Milton Brown often at the studio and at the basketball court, and even took her places. The third threesome ended up happening in 2000 in the trailer on the set of A Woman's Threat. And they was interrupted by Kels' publicist walking in on them, and Kels and Rashana ran naked in the bathroom and just left her just out there to get caught. And then she was left with a bag of tapes, and she went through it, and then she found the tape of she found the tape with her on it as well as Rashana. And she didn't want him to have it no more, so she took that tape. Because she didn't want him to have it in his process um of that 14-year-old thing. Because in that tape he says 14, she says 14, he's saying 14-year-old puss and all this. It's just so much. It was so ooh. Mm. So she didn't want the tape in her possession, so she ended up and she sent it to Keith Merle, the one who testified, the poly examiner who testified that Keith Merle and her were the ones that he ended up polying. Keith Merle um lived in the same hotel when she had visited the Shy, and she was also he was also a part of Keith was also a part of Kel's band. What is the name of it? Talent. That was the name of the band that Kels was producing that group back then. Oh, and then she also had gave Kels a cross necklace to Keith as well. And she ended up breaking up with Kels in 2001 and moved back to Atlanta. Her and Kels always stayed in touch. In 2007, she found the copy of the tape was out and being sold. She get in touch with Kels, and she explained that she did not leak the tape, but that she had ended up sending it to Keith. And so she telling Kels about it, hoping that he can get it back. And he ended up just telling her to deal with McDavid. And when they went back and did the lie detector test, when her and Keith did the lie detector test, McDavid watched the tape with Lisa in her hotel room. And he ended up asking Lisa, was that everything in its entirety on that tape? And Milton Brown gave Lisa the ride to go take a poly test. Lisa and Keith ended up getting $20K a piece for McDavid. Then she got $50K and Keith got $80K. And when she ended up failing that third polygraph test, McDavid had told her that he should have murked her. McDavid told her he should have murked her from the gate. You hear me? When she first came through, we should have been murked you. We should have been unalived you. We should have been unalived you, beat. Oh, that is not funny. Because she was scared a little bit. Where was I just at? Oh, and then she went on to tell everybody about when she had lied to the attorneys previously. It was because McDavid had told her to say she never had sexual contact with Rashana. And she did what she said because he had scared her, because he said he was going to murk her. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? It was all a setup. Know what that means? It was all a setup. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. You scared her into doing it. It don't make no sense. Okay, so then you got McDavid, attorney, that is doing the cross-examination. And McDavid's attorney asks her instantly if a person who lies on the stand could be trusted. And Lisa said it depends on the circumstance. And then he ended up going into her consistencies. And he went into when she had told Homeland Security at one point, and she watched the video with McDavid. She also testified that again today in 2022. So if she said that back then, that's not a lie. You know, that's just not a lie, because one thing about the truth, that no matter when you ask it, it always be the same exact answer. Maybe a place or one part of it may change. Like maybe you'll be like, well, we was at the house. And then you may say, no, we was in the living room. Or no, we was at the bathroom. Like that would be that would probably be the inconsistencies. But if I said that you watched this tape with me, I don't care. I might not remember where we was at, but baby, I remember it was me and you who watched this tape. So therefore, I just feel like this was a truth. She did not lie about McDavid watching this tape, and he keeps saying that he never watched or seen or heard him or nothing. And he went on about this tape about that she had told Homeland Security that her and McDavid had watched it in the Chicago attorney office in 2019. Today it's in a hotel. Attorney bring up Lisa 2019 the 2019 Serving Piper book. Do y'all remember that? Okay, so in 2019, Lisa came out with a book called Serving Piper, saying she wants to be a victim to sell books. And then he ended up bringing up the Surviving Kells docu-series. And he said, then you got to be on TV. And then he went back to the inconsistencies of 2008. Prior to, he did the 2008 and prior to the docu series testimony and what have you. So pretty much McDavid, he pretty much taking himself completely out the equation. That's it. That's all I can see. Okay, we got Day 10 in the building. We got Lisa Van Allen, the prosecution witness, still on the stand. She's on the cross-examination at this point by Kell's attorney. And then you have the prosecution who explained that Lisa didn't show for court. They sent agents to pick her up, which that's how she had been getting to court anyways, was because people was coming to pick her up. And she was like, yeah, I really didn't want to come. Like, duh, I was on the stand for how many hours yesterday? I was tired. I was wore out. And no, I did not feel like it. Like, really, I didn't. But hey, they came, they got me. I'm here. What's the problem? Hell. And so, of course, Kell's attorney is with the shits. So she instantly like, so you didn't want to come to court today? She said, I wanted to come. I'm exhausted. She was on the stand for 5 hours on yesterday. Kell's attorney is being very argumentative with Lisa that the judge tell her to just move on. Kell's attorney is being extra dramatic for some reason with Lisa about this exact timeline and her age when Lisa, when she was telling the truth, and her trying to explain how it's just really been over a decade. Like, I really just don't remember. Hey, handsome. Hey. Oh, your hair look a mess, fella. You look like you belong in Africa. Yeah, you look like you belong in Africa, son. Yeah, you really do. You got kicker boots. Don't do that. Don't come in here being real extra. Stop. Come here, handsome. Come here. Come here. Well, anyway, I love you. I love you too. Okay. Don't start that. Come here. Come here. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. Oh, you so. Oh, give me some love. Oh, dang. Oh, like girl. Dang. What you been doing? I ain't seen you all weekend. How you been holding up? How you been doing? What's been going on with you, man? Where was it, y'all? Okay, right. And she was just Lisa ended up trying to explain like how she telling the truth. It's been over a decade. Like, girl, please quit playing with me. And then Kell's attorney is like, you do know at 18 you committed statutory rape. Lisa say, I'm not proud of it. She didn't know. She don't really know a woman that would be proud of, finding out and realizing that you done had sex with a little baby and stuff. Like, she not proud of that, not one bit. And she don't know a woman that would be. I'm here to admit, I'm just here to admit my wrong and also to hold Kell's accountable, you know. And she just was like, and you can make me the bad guy. But I'm up here admitting that. Thank you. And Lisa is crying. And Kel's attorney is so irritated right now. Um, and then Kel's attorney just really went into what was her job. What was her job on Kel's tour? And she was just like the fangirl that they always pulled up. So every city and every state that he went to, and the girl that they always pulled up on the stage would be Lisa Van Allen. So that was like her job. She also is in a I Wish video braiding Kel's hair. Then Kel's attorney get back focused on that 2008 testimony. Okay, so they go back to the 2008 testimony to now. And now one defense lawyer is accusing Lisa of a lie in her testimony. It's just that in 2008, excuse me, she said she might have said something happened in 1997, but it actually happened in 1998. Like it is so like it's dumb stuff. It's not like they saying, well, you lied about this because you didn't say this different. That's not nobody's argument or nobody fight. Like not one defense attorney is going at her like, no, you lied. This was a lie. That was a lie. Nobody is saying that. They just going off of discrepancy, the inconsistencies of, oh well, and this year you said it was back in 1998. But now you saying it's 1997. Like, man, it's been over a decade. It has almost been a century. Okay. It has almost been a century since all of this transpired, including the court case. So all of this actually started what year? 2000, 2001. The trial actually was only in 2008. So you got to think about it like, I was focused for whatever 2008 was. Like my memory had to get jogged so many times for the 2008 because that had happened back in 2001. Now you want to go all the way back. Then you keep taking it to 2019 from when the docu-series started coming out and everybody started going back. Like there's too many dates and there's too many different things that I'm focusing on. On top of that, and how many years it's been, I don't blame her like one bit for this. It's like, but y'all is really trying it with this but shenanigans of, oh, that happened when you was not 17. Oh, but you was 18. And when I was 18, this was when you was 17. It's just a lie. She said she had met Kels at 17, but instead she was 18. You see what I'm saying? It's just stupid stuff. But nothing specific to the testimony is the issue. Just for the record. Excuse me, sir. Can you get away? Before you mess something up. Okay, and then she tried to come back because she was saying how Kills didn't want them in no other man's face or nothing like that. But they going into how did she become friends with Keith if Kills didn't want her to see nobody else or didn't want her talking to other men. How did her and Keith end up being friends? Then she go into Lisa's sex life, mostly with the threesomes that she done had with Kels, which I thought was dumb. Like I wouldn't even be thinking about no threesome. If it calls for you to have to say anything about a Rashana, the main reason why we on here, I most definitely will be bringing up a whole bunch of threesomes so that the jury can keep remembering. So yeah, and she just was like, she had most of them threesomes because of Chaos requested. And that Chaos would say first, when she first was having them, she would say stuff like he never had a threesome and he wanted her to try it. Thank you. And he wanted to try it. So that's how she ended up, and she was 18. And Chaos told her that Rashana was 16. She had stop. You just gotta mess with everything. She had no issue with that because she had friends that age. You know, like that's still like high school. So you like maybe, so maybe you was friends with people that was a sophomore when you was a senior. Okay, so that makes sense. So she was like, so yeah, it wasn't an issue because I got friends that's 16. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't a thing. And then they go into the Rolex that Kel's attorney was saying that she stole. She said she did not steal it. He left it in her hotel room and she never just gave it back. She did give it to her ex-boyfriend and he tried to pawn it. Hey, come here. Come here. And she also denies giving any copies of the tape to Charles Freeman. In 2007, Keith told her that Kimora Lee Simmons was interested in buying the kid sex tapes, the maturing sex tapes. Kimora Lee Simmons. Y'all know who that is, right? You know, so she could have a talk show. But I don't even remember Kimora Lee Simmons having a talk show. But she wanted to buy the sex tape for her talk show. And he lied about that because he thought that Lisa would want some kind of money. Not call him and ask him to help get the tape back. You know, so Kel's attorney is pretty much just trying to make it into some type of form of a money grab more so than anything. Like, oh yeah, he told you that because y'all was gonna call him and get some money back. And she was like, you know, like if I was gonna get some money back, why would I call and tell him to get the tape back? Like, I could have just got the money and not tell him about the tape at all. You know what I'm saying? Because she sent the tapes to Keith. And Keith calling her saying, oh, well, so that would mean that people are starting to see it. You know, and so that's what she's saying. She don't want nobody to see that. Because like she said, I'm not proud of what I did. You know, so like she did not find that to be cute in no form. Now she on redirect from the prosecution. And they go over her 2008 testimony, showing how her story was the same, just the numbers was off, which I had pointed out. Like, but the prosecution had to go back to it because it was starting to be so petty about the smallest thing. Like, I wouldn't care about no numbers or nothing like that. It's like, it's your story changing. Like the story, the facts of the story, they ain't never changed. So they couldn't go against that. So the only thing they did have to go against was the numbers, the age, the years, the dates. Like it wasn't nothing like wrong with it. They wasn't saying she lied. That's what I'm saying. Like not one of them that crossed her that said, well, you lied about so and so and so, or you lied about this. Pretty much everything that you said that had to do with the case on the facts was true. The problem we having is in 2008 you said this, in 2019 you said this, and in 2022 you saying this. Like no one cares about that. I'm just saying, like that. This is it make your head hurt when you just see the bull crap of it all. Stop playing with this. It's not your toy. Them AirPods, they cost a lot of money, which you can't afford. So stop. Stop. Can't stop. So that would be so nice of you if you could cut it out. Okay, so now we got the witness for the prosecution, a travel agency owner. Her name is Deborah Kells. Yeah. Can you stop? Okay, so we got a travel agency owner. Her name is Deborah. Kells' prosecution company became her client in 1997. I mean, not prosecution company, production company. I caught myself. It went back in my head. Stop. Okay, yeah. Kells' production company became her client in 1997 until 2016. She dealt with people from Kells' team, including Brown and McDavid, who are the co-defendants in this trial. Hearing the shy. She take us through the whole Lisa and Keith them hotel stay back in 2007 when they went to Chicago to take the polytest. They are pointing out who paid for trips and hotel rooms. You got witness for prosecution Jerome Kemp. He is testifying about Tracy, who is another victim. He said he met Tracy when she was like 16 or 17 when she entered the same record company, Columbia Epic. He said he saw her in the gym in the West Loop where Kells was also. He did not see her and Kells interact with each other that night. You got cross-examination from Kells' attorney. She is asking Kemp how old she was when he met Tracy in 97. Pretty much. She just explained that, but Kells' attorney just got to be very extra for no reason. Okay, 16 or 17. And she needed to be specific. Was she 16 or was she 17? Because 17 is the legal age in Chicago. So if she can get everybody to be at least 17 or 18 years old, Kells don't really have to go through this trial. So she don't want nobody to be 17, and she only going to keep on bringing up stuff that happened after the age of 17. She's not really trying to go into nothing that happened before the age of 17 because she's trying to act like this is all made up and Kells is so freaking innocent and that all these witnesses just lying on him. You got prosecution for the witness taking a stand, which is none other than Keith Merrill. He admits that he told Lisa Van Allen that Morley Simmons that Morley Simmons lie because he said he say stuff like that playing and she would get upset. And he ends up playing on how naive she is. So let's not forget though. Like, I don't like how he tried to play her like that, because at the end of the day, we cannot forget that her and Keith had a sexual relationship as well. You know what I'm saying? Because she spent more time in the hotel where Kels was not eating, but they was. So she was able to maneuver some things. So he know a little something about how to get up under her skin. Okay, so yeah, he was, and plus, because he was a part of Kels, the group, the KOS. They changed their name to Town. Remember, he was producing them, so of course he was always around her, because they was also staying in the same hotel that she was staying in. So, and he was pretty much just explaining that he ended up getting Kel's number through his cousin Blackie as well. Why is your pamper soaking wet and you just got here? Mm. Okay, so they ended up how Keith Murrow got to know Kels is they bless me. They ended up singing a song on Kels' voicemail, and some way somehow Kels called them back, and he flew them to the Shy, and that's how they met in person. Keith met Lisa around 2000, 2001 in a hotel in downtown Chicago. They became friends, then a sexual relationship. Tana left Kale's label in the early 2000s. Lisa sent him the tape to his home in Kansas. McDavid called him and told that they know he got the tape. Then Brown called and told him to bring it to Chicago. He copied about 8 minutes of the tape and met with McDavid and Brown. Lisa was also there with the lie detector administrator, who had not too long testified as well. He said he lied to the poly because he didn't think it was a real test. When McDavid told him he failed the test, he gave him $20K, and he came back with a fringer with the real tape. Brown told him that he had to go to Ed. Wait, Yo. And then he gave that tape to McDavid, who also had told him to go take another polygraph, and he passed it. And then that's when he gave him the 80K. He got the 80K. So that was his 100 grand. I think he wanted 200 grand in all, but ended up with 100 grand. I don't understand how your mama was off all yesterday and you looking dusty. I don't understand this. Like, I know your hair ain't been combed. Like, she can't even pretend like it had been. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Let me open it. McDavid's attorney is now cross-examining Keith Merle, and hold on, let me get him this, y'all. Hold on. Whoa, Lord. Okay, McDavid asks Keith if the threesome looked like regular people, not underage people. And he said yes. And McDavid never threatened him over the tape. He said no. But McDavid said a guy in the room would come see me if he didn't come back with the tapes, though. Now you got cross-examination by Kel's attorney. And she asked if Lisa told him that Kel's jury was worth $100K. He don't recall. He don't recall, but Lisa stopped believing him when he said Kel's cross necklace was seized at the Kansas pawn shop. All right, we are now in week 3 on day 11. Who is this? I have got to check you out. Okay, we on week 3, day 11. Kills is most definitely in the building. We got witness for prosecution, Pauline, who say she was friends with Rashana in grade school. She met Kels at the age of 14 through Rashana. She spent time with Rashana and Kels at the studio and home. She was looking for Rashana in the home and found her along with Kels in the log cabin room. Rashana was naked and kneeling in front of Kels. Kels plays it off like he was checking Rashana for bruises because she hurt herself. Pauline tells Kels that that's not how you check for bruises. He said that's how he checked for bruises. And we all got secrets. Kel told her to keep what she saw a secret. He touches Pauline's breast and instructs her and Rashana to have sexual contact. And she did it because he told me to. And she said Kel taught her how to give oral on him and Rashana when she was 14. Ooh, she had sex with Kels at 15. Between 14 and 16, she gave Kels countless blowjobs, at least 60 threesomes with Kels and Rashana. Her mom would drop her and Rashana off at the studio. Brittany was one of her best friends, and they had threesomes with Kels on multiple occasions. Ooh, between ages of 15 and 16. He recorded the encounters. When she reached the age of consent, 17, she had multiple threesomes with Kels, Rashana, and the other friend. In 2001, Pauline participated in the Shy investigation at the police station of Kells with her mom. They showed her photos of Kells and Rashana naked. Her mom know Rashana, so she couldn't lie. So she confirmed that it was them in the pictures. In 2002, she lied to the grand jury, saying that she never saw Kells and Rashana having sexual contact after she identified it was them on the photos. She also lied about her involvement with Kells to protect her mom, Kells, and herself. During during the 2008 trial, Pauline visited Kells on his bus in front of the courthouse when she was 20 after she went to college. Kells was slow to respond to her. He was slow to return to respond to her calls. So her and Brittany decided to get his attention via voicemail. Why you gotta be so bad? Why you just can't be like regular chill? Just calm and chill and be cool. Just be cool. You don't know how to do that, ain't you? You don't know how to do that, I know. You don't want to know how to do that. And she ended up leaving on that voicemail. The other girl ended up leaving on the voicemail that she was gonna tell the secrets if he didn't give her the 35K. She is 37, married with a child or children. She still loved Kells, but decided to testify because she had a different place in her life and needs to hold Kells accountable. Second person who needs to hold Kells accountable today on this stand. Cross examination is Kells' attorney. Ah, Lord, this Kells' attorney, baby, is something very much serious. As I'll get out. Because here go her attorney, y'all. She will. So she say, so I guess we calling you Pauline. Pauline say, you can hear just like I can. Then, of course, she pointed out that she lied to the grand jury. Her actual sexual relationship began with Kells when she was 16, legal age of consent. And her extortion attempt. Kells' attorney keep drilling the fake extortion attempt. Stop! Don't try to run back like you ain't did nothing. You be trying it. So then Pauline gets tired of the back and forth with Kells' attorney. And so she just pretty much like, girl, you got that tape, play it. You know, like for real. Like quit playing with me. You got the tape. Please play it. Okay? Just play the tape and then you don't gotta ask me none of this. How about that? because she knew that they had that voicemail. Trust me, they wouldn't have been bringing it up if they didn't. Can you stop? Stop. Stop. Just leave stuff alone. Stop. I'm not playing. So then here we go with Kel's attorney trying to get into like a 5 million different estimations of how many times did her and Rashana have some form of a threesome. So she kind of just like kind of brushes it off like she had been doing. And she was like, you could say 100, 200. We fucked a lot, shit. I would have said if it was once or twice though. That's for sure. That's for sure, for sure. I would have said if it was once or twice. Kel's attorney, like you giving us info for the first time today. Pauline, this is the first time they found me. And I told them I would cooperate. Kel's attorney say in 2002, you didn't tell investigators you had a sexual relationship with Kel's between the ages of 14 and 15. Pauline said she drank Hypnotic in middle school. She drank Hypnotic in middle school, which was stopped, which was provided by Kel's right before they had some form of sex. Put this up on your feet. Right before they had a little sescapade, you know what I'm saying? So that she'll be wanting to do it, you know. Y'all know how they go, you know, get a little something in your system so you can get it done. And then Kel's attorney like, well, Hypnotic didn't come out until 2002. You were 18 that year. She said, it came out in 2002. And actually, Hypnotic came out in 2001, just for the record. And Pauline was 17. Okay. So they both lied. How about that? But that ain't what she was saying. I believe Pauline was saying that I had been drinking all different type of liquors from middle school, and when I got to Hypnotic, like I liked that I stuck with a Hypnotic. You know, I think that's what she was trying to say. Then she say, was your attempt to extort 50K before or after your attempt for the 35K? And Pauline was like, and that's your closing. That's your closing. Because Pauline never got any of the money from the extortion. It was just so that he would return a call or a text or to get in contact with her. That's the only reason why she was doing it. She just was trying to get his attention because he wasn't responding fast enough for her. So that's what she did. She just went on and just was like, okay, so you want to play. So that what we doing? We playing like that. So she just did that. All of us girls did something stupid just to get a dude to calm back. But she never received no money from either one, and she was satisfied after the telephone rang. So I get why she said it, and that's your closing. Like, really, I extorted him but didn't get $1. I just needed him to call. or text or something like that. Okay, so you got redirect examination from the prosecution, and you got Kells and prosecution going back and forth about the presentation and lines of questionings. And Kells' attorney is like, well, she was very precise in her questioning. And Pauline said, no, you wasn't. Prosecution asked Pauline to describe her sexual acts with Kells and Rashana on the bus prior to her turning 17, sucking dick, having sex with Kells, and oral with Rashana. Then they discussed her alcohol intake to clear it up for the defense. Okay. She drank underage with Kells and developed a taste for the hypnotic. The hypnotic. She developed a taste for the hypnotic. Here. You got the prosecution witness, a high school register, Greta Allen. She is testifying about administrative questions about a victim will be using the name Tracy. Now you have the witness prosecution. Tracy. She is 40. She met Kells back in 1999. She was 16. And she also graduated that year. She was introduced to Kells by her boss, Kathy, at Sony Records while she was an intern at Epic. Kathy called Kells her brother. They would go to dinners and parties. She met Kells at a gym. Then her boss drove her to Kells' studio. When her boss is out of the room, Kells told Tracy she can sit on his lap. She declined. When your boss get back, say you need to go to the restroom because he had something to show her. She refused. She then saw him at an expo. Got his autograph for a friend, only after he wrote his number on the autograph and told her to call him. She called and he invited her to the studio. They went to a smaller studio room. Kells played songs, then took Tracy to an office. He said he liked her. She said she's 16. He said, cool, I'm 23. They kissed. He asked her to kiss his dick. She declined. He masturbated and nut on her. Ooh, he saw that she was upset and apologized. In a hotel room, Tracy described Kells sexual assaulting her. He made her get naked and perform oral on her after. After he made her perform oral on him. Ooh. She told him that she didn't want to have sex with him. And he ended up forcing himself inside her. Hey, handsome. Little daddy, come here. You do the most, little daddy. Come here, little daddy. When I asked him to stop, he did. And she had never, that was her first time ever having any type of sexual contact. Because she had never had any sexual contact with anyone, ever. Until Kells forced himself to have sexual contact, yes. Yes. Now, in the summer of 98, he invited her to the studio. And he told her that they was gonna have sex and that she was gonna let him finish, even if it hurts. They had sex over the next year, at least 50 times, even after she turned 17. Kells began introducing other girls, having threesomes with Rashana, Brittany, etc., etc. All these people. Oh Lord. Tracy then was confused because she only thought it was just her. And she really didn't understand why they had to be there. And she also realized how they were so familiar with each other. Like they had already like they had already knew what was up. She was the only one who didn't. And then Rashana had told Tracy to get her oral. Kills asked Tracy if she like it. She said no. Kills yelled at her. Her sexual relationship with Kills ended at the age of 18. She never told anyone about the relationship. In 2001, she was 19. She filed a report against Kills in Cook County. The lawsuit was settled out of court for $250,000. Not sure how much she received, but it wasn't the full amount. In 2019, Tracy reached out to law enforcement tip line about Kills. Hmm. You got cross examination from Kills' attorney. She starts with the inconsistencies, what she do best. Okay. She goes into the inconsistencies, the timeline of the internship, when she met Kills, when the sexual contact began, when she told prosecutors in 2002, and Tracy acknowledged that she did misidentify herself in a photo back in 2019. Now you got cross examination by McDavid. Very quick, only a scenario question, and that was it for him. Now you got redirect from the prosecution. What's the age? What's the age you were when you met Kills? 16. What year? 1999. What were you doing? Just finishing high school. That's that. Now you got the witness for prosecution. You got Kelly Adam. This is Tracy friend that was there when she met Kills. Tracy graduated early at 16, got an internship at Epic Records. During the intern, they attended the Black Women Expo. Kelly was with Tracy at the hotel. After Kills came to the room, Kelly was sent to get breakfast. She was gone for a couple hours. She waited for Tracy in the lobby. Never saw physical contact between Tracy and Kills. Now we got day 12. Prosecution tell the judge they will rest their case today. Judge tell defense to move up their scale so that we can get done By Wednesday of next week, which will be week 4 and the final week. Court will be closed on tomorrow, which would have been a Wednesday. They will come back on a Thursday and then be closed again on Friday. And that they will resume on day 17, which will be a Tuesday, because the 16th is day 16 is the holiday. Okay, so we got the witness Kelly, and she is on the stand, and she's Tracy's friend. Okay, we got cross examinations by Kel's attorney. When did Kels meet Tracy? 1999. She was 16. Kel's attorney is hurrying up on these inconsistencies of dates. Redirect to confirm Kelly was 17 when Tracy met Kels. Witness for prosecution, we have Nia, an aspiring actress and model. She met Kels at a mall in Atlanta. Back in 1996, she was 15. She was working at the mall. She approached Kels for his autograph. Kels hugged her and kissed her on the lips. She also asked for a photo. He declined. She got the autograph and a number. She called, no answer. A few days later, she get in contact with Kels. She told Kels she was 15, but she can still come to the concerts. He picks her up. He had a limo pick her up at her mom's apartment in Atlanta. They stopped at the gas station and purchased a single rose, is what she did on the way to the airport. She flies to Minneapolis. She gets a hotel. A Sprinter van take her to the concert. This was all arranged by Kels. She see the performance. She gets another girl her age number. She was gestured to go backstage. She was then sent to a car and told that Kels would hit her up later. Kels comes to see her at the hotel, and the next morning he gave her a hug and a kiss on the lips. Kels instructed Nia to strip naked, walk around, and sit next to him on the bed. He kissed her, touched her breast, and began to masturbate on her. While choking his chicken, he asked Nia if she a virgin. Yes. Kels said, come see me in the shower. He finished, cleaned himself, and left very quickly out of the room. After school let out in 1996, she traveled to the Shire and stayed with relatives. Nia visited the studio with 3 cousins. They were waiting in the they were waiting in a waiting area from like 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. While their Kels fondled her puss and grabbed a little ass. She did try to contact him that summer, but no response was given. She ran into Kels several years later in a Cali. In Cali at a If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time video. Pursuing her career, and Kels did not acknowledge her. Her feelings were a little hurt. And she filed a civil lawsuit. with the allegations in 2002. And Kells pretty much settled for 50K. You got cross-examination by Kells' attorney. She talked to her about the initial encounter when she met Kells. She acknowledged she met him in 1996 at the mall in Atlanta. She got an autograph and his digits. They did not get into a deep convo, nor inform Kells that her age at the mall. Kells' attorney asked about her mom thoughts on a white limo picking her 15-year-old daughter. Her mom is an RN and was at work. Nia told her mom she was going to a friend's for the weekend. And she never told her about the trip. And then she asked her, did anybody see her getting into the limo? And she like, yeah, my brother. My brother didn't say nothing to my mama either. Then Kells' attorney tries it with the exact dates. They go over 2002, the civil suit, and of course, Kells' attorney is very irritated with, oh, but back then you said this, like she acting like this shit just happened yesterday or some shit. You got to read direct from the prosecution, and they asked about the timing of Nia 2002 lawsuit. It was filed May 10th, 2002, because they was trying to make it seem like she was doing it because of the other suit where the trial was back in 2008. You got the witness for the prosecution. We have Cheryl Ware. She has known Nia for 30 plus years. That is also her cousin by marriage. Nia stayed with them in Chicago. She is also one of the cousins who went to the studio at that time. Prosecution asks, have you seen Kells before? The studio. Only in music videos. Ooh. Only in music videos. They spent time in back with 3 other guys, and Kells popped in and out. As they was leaving, Kells had asked to talk with Nia, but Ware was like, no, you got 5 minutes. They went into the hallway, and she went out there in exactly 5 minutes to get Nia. You got cross-examination by Kells' attorney. She asked Ware if she saw anything unusual, and then she said no. Witness for prosecution, you have a federal agent. From 2002, he is verifying statements from Rashana and her mom. Cross-examination by Kells' attorney. She asked about Lisa Van Allen, Georgia state identification application. They were not fake. Kells only gave eye contact to Nia. You guys, out of this whole entire trial, Kells looks down, he looks around, looks everywhere. He only looked at Nia. We also only heard from four of the minors back then. They're all grown now. We did not hear from Brittany. That would have been the 5th minor when they said the 5. Which that's what prosecution said in opening statement. So that's that on that. Oh, and by the way, the prosecution rests. Now you guys sip on that and make it make sense. I'm out this thing. I'm gonna be with y'all tomorrow now.